Okay, guys, we're back with part 2 of Soul Gambler. I forgot what this one was called, part 2, chapter 2, but yeah. Skeptical, that is what I was. I never thought I would get entangled in a web with a crazy old woman, a lone shark reflex, a ghostly seductress, and weird people who bet on souls. I went to my secret place. The place I go when I need to be alone, when I really need to think about me and my life. Being located in a great plain over the city and enjoyed a wonderful sunset view. For some reason, looking at the sun made my thoughts clearer. More than once, I caught myself talking to the sun and somehow it answered me. This is all just crazy. What should I do? I don't really know what this is all about. Nothing is ever simple, my boy. I like that place because no one used to go there. The old man really caught me by surprise. He was sinister. It could be anyone with his face, but his face is something unsettling. And his eyes. One was green, the other was brown. Would you like some advice from an older soul? Thanks, but now I just want to be alone. Don't try to figure it out all by yourself. You'll get nowhere, boy. Listen to me, boy. I know what I'm talking about. How can I not listen to you? You're standing right next to me. I see. Another control freak. Very few things on this world are under our control, my boy. Who the hell are you? Are you some kind of self-help guru? Let's say that I've had more than enough time to think about how things really work. You have chosen quite a nice place to... I had heard bad coughs before, but nothing like that. Then I saw that the hand he used to cover his mouth was stained with his own blood. We need to get you to a hospital. I'm okay, boy. I'm okay. Calm down. Will it bother you if I smoke? He chose to cure his coughing with smoke. And that's gonna kill you. Bothers me, so don't smoke. Be my guest. I'm just gonna say that's gonna kill you. I'll eventually die anyway, no matter what. Smoking a single cigarette won't make any difference to death. To be honest, I don't smoke. A pack of cigarettes appeared in my pocket and suddenly I was smoking. I never heard of a non-smoker who carries a pack of cigarettes in his pocket before. Just like you, I never heard of someone who had sold his own. The coughing was heavier this time. There was even more blood than before in his hand. You really should go to hospital, mister. Really? To do what? Stay at hospitals. Don't worry about me. Death is not so bad after all. I'll be straightforward with you. You made the pact. Yes, I did. How do you know about that? No, don't make the pact. How do you know about that? I can see the scar in your hand. Faust. The old man knew about the pact, and he also knew my name. You haven't realized it yet, but your role in all this is bigger than you think. And by the look of your scar, you know exactly what happened. Oh my. She has no boundaries. She forced you to make the pact, didn't she? Yes. I am so sorry. And how do you feel about all of these new opportunities? With this cursing me, that's what I'm trying to figure out. It's beautiful. That's what I'm trying to figure out. The pact is not that bad, because I can get anything I want. That is one way to address the situation. You won something a lot more valuable than that. What do you mean? Your reflex. It isn't the same, right? You became some kind of demon and makes my wishes come true. That doesn't seem so nice to me. I want to call him a demon. It is neither good nor bad. It's just what it is. It is your will, your reflex. If it doesn't want to harm me, why is it so interested in my soul? It is not like that. Your soul is a price to alter the fabric of reality. The reflex offers you the price you have to pay to do that. I don't understand. Why is the price of everything so high? Even simple things have a high price. You have a big urge to make things happen, things which shall come naturally. Things that will come at the right time. The choice to waste your soul with that type of wish is yours. Anyway, who are you? I am the only one who can help you. I know what's her plan. Well, there is one more person who knows about that. But unfortunately, that person can't do much for now. Answer my question. What's your plan? Damn it. I lost time than I expected. I'll call it emergency. No. No. Skate, do not let her catch you. What are you talking about? She will do anything to get you. He fell. He was unconscious. I took him up to full emergency. It didn't take long for an ambulance to arrive. What happened, did you see? He was coughing along and suddenly fainting. Do you know him? Do you know his name? No, I never saw him before in my life. Okay, he's in the ambulance, but his health is not good. He must have some kind of complication in his lungs because of cigarettes. Cases like this with his age are common and typically do not last. Congratulations, boy. You're present in the last hours of this man. Should that make me feel any better? No. If you'll excuse me, we have people with real chance survival to rescue. No need to thank me. In an attempt to clear my head, I had only managed to get even more puzzled. When I got home, I mainly looked at my reflex. So you're on my side after all. For 300%, which I don't have, of your soul, I can answer that question. Nah, thanks. As soon as my reflex was gone, the doorbell rang. Who is it? I'm a police officer. I need to speak with Mr. Faust. Is he home? Yes, I am Mr. Faust. I am Faust. Would you like to enter? That won't be necessary. I just want to ask you some questions. Is a man known as Hogg your acquaintance? Yes, but I want to call him a friend. I'm going to be honest. Yes, but I want to call him a friend. Did you have any sort of fight during the game? Oh, he knows about the game now? We had a disagreement about the rules of the game. Then it is not true that you two have a mutual friend. Wagner always had a talent for bad companions. So I can assume that you're not a friend of the man known as Hogg. I'm certainly not. You were seen the next day walking through his neighborhood. What were you doing there? Now, I cannot go anywhere I want. I will not answer anything else before knowing the reason of these questions. Hogg was found dead in his apartment. I'm just questioning possible witnesses. I'm going to need you to come with me to the police station, Mr. Faust. Do I need a lawyer? No, you're not being charged with anything. I just want to formalize your testimony. Look behind you, three-headed monkey. Alright, I'll go with you. I never been in a police station before, not even to file charges. Hogg kept putting me into trouble, even after death. Wait here, please. You will be called soon. Okay. Oh. Look. You're not here as a prisoner or something like that. There's a good coffee house in front of you. Feel free to go there and have something. Just don't take too long, okay? I'm okay, I can wait here. I kept waiting. The boredom was intense. I began to wonder whether they had already forgotten about me. Hey, will I have to wait for much longer? No, the chief should be arriving soon. Hello? Got it. I'll take care of it right now. Faust, you're under arrest. What do you mean? What have I done? I'm innocent. No evidence appeared. Now you will go to a cell. What the heck? I was turned to a cell in the back of the police station. This will be your waiting room, until the police chief have time enough to take your testimony. At last. I have company now. What's your name, boy? I'm just gonna keep my mouth shut. Don't want to talk, boy? Tell me. What kind of crime did the weird old woman frame you? You made the pact, didn't you? Unfortunately, yes. I also made the pact. I don't know if you noticed, but you cannot talk about the pact with someone who haven't done it yet. It was a crazy old woman who found a way to get me in jail. She made them believe I killed an idiot named as Hogg. So was you. I was arrested for some reason. Ha ha ha, I shouldn't be surprised. That old woman tells many lies and somehow manages to make everyone believe her. We are innocent, both, of this crime, at least. She kills Hogg herself, every time. When I first met him, he had already died several times. What the hell are you talking about? He was alive and well the last time I saw him. And how can you be so sure? The dead do not talk, walk, play basketball, or laugh in my face. And people do not sell their souls in exchange for wishes, right? You know nothing about death. You know nothing about this world. What you assume to be true may be false. And what you assume to be false may be true. I didn't trust him at all. But in an awkward way, what he said made sense. I noticed for the first time much I didn't know. Just how stupid and arrogant it was to believe so blindly the quote-unquote truth spoken to me. It was like seeing for the first time things who had always been in plain sight. I see. I wasn't wrong about you. I knew you were smart. Hogg died the first time a few years ago. He was a drug dealer, got involved with whom he shouldn't. And how do you know all this? Let's focus on what's important, okay? The question you should be asking is, how does a dead man come back to life and just go around walking and talking and all that? Okay. How does a dead man or a dead person come back to life and go walking around and talking? Somehow that strange woman stalks souls of other people, uses them as currency to bring people back, not as humans, but as some sort of undead. When Hogg died, the old woman made him an offer he couldn't refuse. She told him she could bring him back to life, but he would have to pay her debt before dying again. The amount of soul required to turn someone into undead is enormous. And the deal that the strange woman offered Hogg was that he should pay the double of this amount. Hogg thought he could collect enough souls to get credit with that crazy woman, so that he could come back to life when he died, which is very useful for a drug dealer, and that is why he always so desperate to collect souls. But it was very naive. The old woman would never allow that to happen. Whenever he reaches his goal, she finds a way to kill him again. So in this way, always comes back to life and dead, which works perfectly well for her plans. In addition to no longer being a human, Hogg is now a slave, only accepted death he could rest in peace. You're trying to make a bet on your soul, right? Yes. That crazy woman uses people who are afraid of death, such as Hogg, to collect as many souls as possible to do who knows what. I found out too much and started to cause trouble. Then she found a way to get me here. Sorry, but why not just kill you? The old woman is perfectionist and has a macabre sense of humor. If she killed me, she would not have my soul. And she finds it amusing to put all the people who bother her in one place. So all the prisoners that are here are people accused of killing Hogg? That makes no sense. Several people accused of the same crime? Wake up, Faust. Stop trying to make everything make sense, okay? We're talking about magic here. It's a type of her magic. She makes people believe in absurdities. Do you still doubt me? No, right, and what you say makes sense. Did you know something strange in this cell? Maybe besides two inmates talking about souls, you mean? Yes, two guys made the pact in the same cell would already be too much of a coincidence, but that's not all. Look around, there's nowhere where we can see our reflection. He was right, I hadn't noticed. But the cell was all about absolutely mad. The iron bars were dirty and rusty. There wasn't anything that someone could use to see a clear reflection. This place has been prepared to receive us. We have no way to make any wishes here. We can wait for the dark reality. You were right, it is a trap. Yes, it specifically made to hold people who made the pact. Welcome my world, kid. Anyway, I figured out how to see my reflection here. So, tell me how and let's get out of here. No. What do you mean? I can't tell you. It's not that simple. I know it can trust you. Why are you betraying me now? Make talk. Use my force. Why are you betraying me now? I'm not trying to harm you. I'd help you if I could. Damn you. I have no choice. The reason I need to make requires a lot more soul than I have. That's why I need your help. Let's make a deal. What makes you think of giving my soul? I don't expect you to give me anything. I need your soul. And you need to know how to see your reflex here. I need more soul to get out of here. You are going to need my soul. Here's the deal. We will bet all the soul we have against each other. Then we'll let luck decide. Whatever, okay, let's do it. Let's play a game then. I have these 3 plastic cups. I'll play a stone beside one of them. Oh, I get it. You will shuffle the cups and I'll have to guess where stone is. That's right. Let's make this a best of 3 game. You see our chances are even. The winner gets all the soul of the loser. All of it. Isn't that a bit too much? I need all your soul to get out of here. I won't bet for less than that. This game is known for being easily cheatable. Cheating is part of the game, that's true. That's why discovering if someone is cheating is also part of the game. If you are caught cheating, you lose a bet. Are you ready to begin? Yes, let's play. He placed the stone when the cups turned down and began to shuffle them. He was too good. I couldn't follow his moves. I would have to guess. Okay, what cup his stone is? Which one should we go for? I'm gonna go for the right one. You left the cup, the stone was there. Ooh, it seems luck is on your side. If you guess it right again, you win. Again, you put the stone when the cups turn it down, begin to shuffle with them very fast movements. If you guess it right, you win. Now, which cup is the stone in? Shit, they're all yellow. I'm gonna go with the middle one. Last round. Now it's all or nothing. Here's a stone. Right beside me there was a stone very similar to the one he put in the cup. I thought I could hide it between my fingers. So I'm in one of the cups. If he found out, I would lose a bet. Which was the one? It's the one in the center. Troy placed the stone, but he saw me. Are you trying to cheat, boss? I saw the stone in your hand. I won. This is over for you. Involuntarily, my eyes closed and my body shivered. I felt ripped for myself. When I opened my eyes, I no longer cared. Nothing mattered. Nothing else mattered. The door of the cell opened and a familiar figure appeared. Oh, she took my soul. Well done, you did everything as we had planned, and I will fulfill your part of the deal. My part of the deal was to give the means necessary to accomplish what you wanted. You have more than enough soul now. I only need to show you a mirror. My part of the deal will be fulfilled. And all you have to do is make your wish. The demon, the prisoner, appeared. For all the soul you have, I can make the child that crippled walk again. You deceived me. You don't need to do this. No, I need it fixed, but I did accept. His eyes closed and his body shivered. When he opened his eyes, they were no longer the eyes of a man. They were empty. Oof. Blank. Soulless. He traded his soul for redemption. What sense did that make? Lost. You're exactly the state that needed you to be. Soulless. Come with me. I didn't argue. Why should I? It seemed natural to obey and be guided. Yes, let's go. We have many preparations to make. Not so fast. It is alright, honey. He is leaving with me. You are not going anywhere. How dare you? Wait a minute. There is something different about you. You are not under my spell. I'm not as weak as your other slaves, and you know that. So it is you. Your ability to control the curse is getting more out of you. He shot her in the head. The old man fell to the ground. They'll hold her for some time. Damn, boy, lost all your soul. It doesn't matter now. Come with me, boy. Wow. I'm dead, and he's like talking. Oh my god. After running away from the police station, took me to an abandoned building. Homeless and addicts were using the building as shelter. He took me through a door and then scribbled some kind of drawing on the floor. He took me to an isolated room. I don't have much time, so pay attention. You need to get away of this country as soon as possible. This is like the other endings except, well, I'm not going to ruin it, but I'm alive. I'm not dead. It's totally new for me. Damn, the way you look right now, you won't get very far. I won't even get any far. I shouldn't do this. It will betray my location, but I have no choice. The demon appeared not in the form of the reflection of the police officer, but in the form of his skull. You should not have called me. Your location will become more obvious to her. The demon seemed more developed than mine. It had opinions. It advised. I locked the place. Also, right now, she has bigger concerns. I need to recover his soul. It will cost you dearly. You know the price. 50% of your soul. To recover 10% of his soul? Yeah, I know that. It's just a little bit, but it should be enough. It is risky. You have never been left with so little of your soul before. I know, but we have no choice. So shall it be. Now he's back to normal. Wow, that was weird. Now I'm 10%. That's not fair. Give me 50. I felt my soul regenerating and the feeling was not good. The comfort of apathy vanished. I didn't recover soul enough to feel good, just enough for me to care about me and what was happening. How do you feel, boy? Bad. Real bad. Great, that's a good sign. Take this envelope. Here's a fake passport with your photo and a ticket to Panama. Panama? Yes, the flight is tomorrow morning. You'll be safe there. I left a snack for you in the corner. Eat, sleep, and go to the airport as soon as the sun rises. Why are you helping me? You can't let her find you. Your life is not the only one at stake here. I have to go now. Wait a second. Thank you. Don't worry about that, boy. Just be careful. See you later, boy. Don't get caught. I'll try. And I stood there alone with my thoughts. I didn't want to run away, but I knew it would not be safe to stay in the country with that old woman pursuing me. I decided to do what the police officer suggested me. To eat, sleep, and go straight to the airport. Next morning, I was at the airport. I had only an envelope and my clothes with me. I came to check in for the flight, AZ666. Ah yes, the flight to Panama City with stop in Dublin. Dublin? That's a pretty strange stop for a flight to Panama, isn't it? Several airports are closed because of bad weather. It's a rather unpleasant coincidence. But Dublin is currently one of the few airports with good weather conditions. If you prefer, we can change your ticket so you can look for a better flight. No need to change anything. We couldn't afford to wait. The plan was to leave the country, Ireland or Panama. The important thing was to escape. Far from the old woman, far from the madness. Chapter 3, Destiny, Fate, and Destination. I was so tired that I slept soundly throughout the trip. The stewardess had to wake me up. We had arrived in Dublin. Excuse me, where should I go to make my flight connection to Panama City? There must be a misunderstanding, sir. There's a direct flight, sir. There's no flight connection. I mean, this is... And if I may add, it would be quite strange to make a stop in Dublin on flight to Panama. Yeah, I know it makes no sense, but that's what I was told. It is written here on my ticket. Look. 1 minute, please. Let me check, sir. Sir, I don't know how to explain this. I am very sorry for what happened. Your connection wasn't in the city. I didn't know how the attendants didn't notice you were embarking on this flight with the wrong ticket. And now what should I do? Don't worry, sir. We can book your flight to Panama for tomorrow morning. And I'll have to wait here. You'll be seen nearby hotel and at our expense, of course. No, I can't wait here. It's the best we can do. You will be on board the next flight we have. And if you prefer, we can get you a seat on a flight back to your country, sir. I think I'll wait at the hotel then. Excellent choice. You'll be able to enjoy and discover this wonderful city. I was not satisfied, but I knew it was important to be out of the country, and the idea to walk around and enjoy Dublin also didn't seem bad at all. Then a girl passed by close to me. She seemed familiar, and there was something special about her. Suddenly I realized that I knew her. The girl was Faye. I felt like I needed a safe stamp or something. Hey, she didn't recognize me right away. Fast! I like how I went from, like, not really normal, like, kind of like half dead, to, like, fully, but I'm still like, look at my face. Hey, hi, I'm just passing by. I had a problem with my flight, so I'll have to stay here in Dublin. Then I saw you and wondered. I know, you saw me and thought, who is that crazy girl talking to herself? I wasn't expecting to find her. I was puzzled, so I said the first thing that came into my mind. Yes, nice to meet you. Nice to see you, too. So why did you come to Dublin? Pleasure or business, madam? Be a business, I guess. I may move here. I have an opportunity here, but... And what about you? What are you doing around here? I had to catch a connection, but I had a few problems, so I'll have to stay in Dublin tonight. Oh yeah, you already said it. She was nervous. I could easily tell. Anyway, what a coincidence. I need to get to my hotel now, so I need to get going. But listen, there's a pub I heard of. Do you want to meet me there? Yeah, I would love to see you again. What's the pub called? The Cursed Soul. It's easy to find. Just ask any cabbie. I'll be there by 9, probably. Great, I'll meet you there then. See ya. The hotel room was simple, but neat. I took a bath and changed my clothes. After a while, someone knocked at my door. The door opened and a black man came in. I would really appreciate if strange people stopped coming out of nowhere. Damn you, Faust. Of all the bloody places in the world, how did you come to Ireland? Why did you come to Ireland? What's wrong with you? There's a strange thing about him. When the man's eyes was green, just one. This was happening all the time. He was supposed to be in Panama. How do you know that? You need to leave this place immediately. You didn't answer my question, pal. Trust me, the less you know, the better for you. She's too powerful here. I can't protect you here. Protect me? Yes, from the witch. This is her land. She was born in these lands. Here her powers are stronger, and she can manipulate in many kinds of emergencies. We need to get you out of here immediately. We need to go. I'll leave tomorrow. Where are you going? Panama. Her powers are not stronger in Dublin, but her lands are nearby. Are you sure you will do exactly as you say this time? You need to leave this country. Yes, I'll leave. I am here by mistake. I already have the correct ticket and all that. All right, but be careful. She's around here. Don't leave Dublin. Do not get by any means close to Galway. Hey, wait. What do you bloody want now? Who are you? The less you know, the better for you. Just get on the bloody flight to Magic City, Panama, and carry on with your life. I took care of everything. You'll be okay there. Bye, mate. I need to know the truth, damn it. You need to go to a safer place is what you need. And after that sentence, he was gone. I just had to take a nap. I was tired. When I woke up, it was night. I wanted to enjoy the city. I thought it would be a good idea to go out and find me a nice pub. I went to the pub Peg had told me about. The name seemed ironically appropriate. Hi. How can I help you, fella? This pub was an interesting name. The Cursed Soul. This is a typical pub with an unusual history. In the early 20th century, a famous master brewer built this place. He always dreamed of having a pub, share the joy, and help people cry bones, he said. But it was always broke. He loved to gamble, and he always lost everything. One day, he said he had won a big bet and had all the money he needed. But he was not happy. And why not? Perhaps because the emptiness we feel after getting what we want in exchange for who we are. The fact that is that he committed suicide on the opening day, that is macabre. Even one Macklebry said he changed the name of the pub at short notice. The Cursed Soul wasn't the original name. He said the new name was to represent the price he paid for the pub to last forever. Well, the pub is still here, firm and strong after all this time. Now you tell me, fella, what do you think that happens? What do you think that happens when someone commits suicide? They burn in hell, I guess. The person sighs. I have no idea, I'm just gonna be honest. A guy like you always have some ideas. You're creative, you will see beyond the obvious. I can't see an inch further from my nose. Why do you think I use these lenses? I always do that to tell the story of the pub. And I ask the same question, but I'll never get the answer that an old lady gave me. What'd she say? That a person who commits suicide leaves a part of their soul behind forever. And that part of the soul transforms itself and becomes something new, separated from its source. And spends its day there working to prevent other people from making the same mistake. I've heard stories of this kind, and she said more. She said that some witches are able to trap and enslave these souls, and use them to influence others. They speak things in other people's ears, convincing them to do things they don't want to do. Packs, trades, betting. That woman is very creative. I don't think I'm doing a good Irish accent at all. Creative, indeed. Creativity is the most underrated tool, and the most powerful one. It is through creativity that we see through the mirror of reality and unveil the truth. Makes sense. You still have much to learn, Faust. How do you know my name? I heard it the last time, don't you remember? No, last time, but I have never been here. It's okay, Villa. By the way, you may call me Garrison. I am not feeling well. I'm feeling some kind of vertigo. Well. I was wondering when he would show up again. Did you miss me, honey? The bartender seems to know some things. Now I know what you are. Just another slave of the witch. Such harsh words for a boy. This is how you thank me for having helped you so much. Helped? All he did was give me stupid ideas. But I also gave you good advice. More than I could have given. It was your fault if you only listened to the bad ones. Anyway, I'm very close to getting rid of her. And you will help me. And why would I help you? One hand washes the other, as you would say. I want to get rid of her. And you too. I don't want to be involved in anything with you. We'll see when the time comes. I'll make an offer you can't refuse. She vanished, and I was once again alone with the bartender. Enough talking. You came here to drink. A beer would be great. I'm on it, fellow. I barely taken the first sip when she appeared. You started without me? I'll have to run and catch you. It wasn't meant for me to be in Dublin, but I was, so was she. I was already wondering if I'd chosen the wrong pub. I knew she was one of my soulmates and that she was somehow important. I told you I'm terrible with schedules. I thought about how everything seemed to fit. So what are you thinking about Dublin? Probably the same as you. I haven't had time to see much yet. I went to the hotel, which is kind of far away, slept a bit and came here. Spoke for hours. It's amazing how well things worked between us, almost as if we had to strain ourselves not to get intimate too fast. This is only the second time I talked to her, but it felt like we had known each other for a lifetime. Fate is never that simple. I called the bartender and asked for a cigarette. May I have a cigarette? Take one of mine just because you're a nice guy. I only smoke when I'm drunk. Ew, gross. Are you drunk? I'll smoke when I'm nervous. Why do I meet you right now? Since I met you, I kept thinking about you. I know. And you know what? It wasn't just you that felt that way, right? I know that's what scares me. Hey fellas, the pub will be closing in half an hour, so I'm leaving. Are you going too? I'll take you home. Of course, you wouldn't leave me alone with all those drunks on the street. Never, you know I'm a gentleman. Good night, kids. Don't do anything stupid. After a walk in which we talked about anything, we were both in her hotel room. Done. Now you're in your room. Mission accomplished. Faust, you know nothing. I said nothing more either, just a damn. It was not necessary. Making love to her made me feel whole again. Oh, I just needed the points. I need to get 60. And any more, you can see me 69. I'm kidding. I still can't believe I found you here. Of all the times we could have met. Of all the moments we could have had to know each other. There are too many coincidences. I love when coincidences come one after another. If you were not here, if I was not here, other coincidence would have brought us together. Ooh, it's a sultry. But some definitely, I don't need to tell you that all this, you know, you feel, yeah I do. It's very comforting, but also scary. Changing is always scary. However, I do believe that when the changing process starts, the best you can do is to stop struggling. I'm gonna make the best I can. I know you are running away, and I know you think it's the only solution, that you're not being able to face it. But you are. You can do it. You are the master of your own destiny, master of your own will. It's more complicated than you can imagine. I want to stay with you. I'm a little jealous. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it, but fully both need to be together. But I don't want to see you involved in the mess my life became. Oh. This is what we are going to do. Every month I will come back to that pub that same day with the same hour. And whenever you get to solve whatever you have to, you may find me there. You'll meet someone else, someone less complicated, not as troubled as myself. Come on. Look, that might eventually happen. I'm not a stone to die alone, forsaken. But whenever I get to know that you are available alone, I really feel some pity for the poor guy who might be with me. It was impossible to disguise the smile on my face. Oh. I'm gonna grab something to drink. She stood up, filled the glass, and gave me a drink to celebrate finding each other. Oh. And the solution of your problems, which might be, you know what I mean. I looked deep into her eyes, her beautiful smile, her eyes seeing through me. I sipped the drink and blacked out, of course. Oh, this is new. When I woke up, I was still in the bedroom, but not the same bedroom. It was like the dark reality, the texture was alike, but it was definitely different, beautiful. And in my chest glowed a weird symbol emanating a blue light. Hello, Faust. She also didn't seem to be the same as before. How are you feeling? Surprisingly well. Well, it makes sense. You just got back from a large part of your soul. I thought it was impossible to recover the soul. Please, darling, learn nothing is impossible. There are many ways you can recover your soul. Most of them have to do with bleep and you, honey. Just making love to your soulmate. You're not the same as before. Yes and no. Things are not as simple as and unified as you would like to believe. You seem nicer. No, I am kinder. Being kinder isn't the same thing as being nicer. Where's Peg? She's already gone. However, she left you a small gift. I took a look at the bright symbol on my chest. What's this? Oh, this thing. Think a little. That girl. She is a tattoo maker, isn't she? That girl really knew what she was doing. I think she really likes you, giving you this tattoo and everything else. She made a tattoo on me while I was sleeping. She's nuts. But she was right. You need to stop running away. You need to face that gypsy witch face to face. And how should I be able to do that? I hate to repeat what she said to you many times, but Faust, The room returned normal, and I was alone again. The tattoo on my chest was still there, though it was now black and not shining anymore. Yes, I knew what I had to do. I left that room and walked back to the center of Dublin. I knew I couldn't run forever, but I didn't know how to track the old woman, the witch. So I decided to go the most obvious thing. I stood in the open place in plain sight and began to shout, "Witch!" I was waiting for the witch, but who appeared was a man in a suit. What are you doing, Faust? I know she's always watching me, so if I shout in the same place for a while, I'm sure she will find me. Witch! Don't be stupid, boy. You need to escape. Escape to where? Until when? If that crazy old witch wants me, she will need to come and get me. Witch! It's not just about you. If she gets what she wants, many people suffer. Witch! Stop yelling, boy. I'm not deaf. Faust, run! Shut up. Uh-oh. She made a gesture with her cane, and the poor man rose above the ground. I can break each one of the... Another gesture, and with a dreadful snap, his legs twisted. Ugh. Ah! Bones. His arms began to twist. Ah! With small gesture, she made each one of his fingers twitch. Body. And kill you a minute times, and you still will not have what you have had what you deserve. For having killed my son. I'm sorry, there was nothing else I could do. As soon as my son gets a new body, we'll change the past. Each one of his descendants, yours and your children, that woman, all Faust, all of them will no longer exist, and my son and I will have had the life that you denied us. She made one last gesture with her hand, and his neck was broken. That woman, it was dangerous. I hadn't understood what she wanted to do with me, but I would not wait to see. I had to face her and let me go. I have done nothing to you. Let me just... I tried to run, but when I turned around, she was in front of me. You're too important for me to let escape. Her eyes penetrated within me in a way I could not explain. In a few seconds, I had passed out. I woke up without knowing for how long I'd been asleep. I was laid down, arms outstretched. Behind my head, a tombstone under an old tree. Around me, symbols drawn with some sort of white powder. Back to me, facing the moon, was a witch. I tried to move, but my body was paralyzed. What is this place? Under the ground, immediately below you, in the same position, are the bones of my son. It's been too long, hundreds of years. We waited so long for this moment. Finally, I'll be able to fix it all, to make it right, to change the past. And what do I have to do with all this? Well, my son died 666 years ago. I started a ritual. A ritual, which last step must be done by him using her body, the body that was summoned by his. Supposed to be his. What do you mean by it was supposed to be his? The man with green eyes is the father of my son. When he allowed my son to get killed by the church, he broke the fate of our heritage. I was supposed to have grandchildren, great-grandchildren. Insisted I watch the lineage of that woman proliferate, a Catholic woman whom he married. You're a descendant of that man, Faust. Born on the same day as my son, evening of April 30th. You should have been the reincarnation of him. Reincarnation does not exist. It is as I told you. It makes no difference whether you believe me or not. After all this banter with selling your soul and other things, you still doubt what you see. I am crazy. I must be crazy. When my son died, I've imprisoned a part of his soul with me. And that part of the soul that is a bond with that man I've abandoned, the part that is within you. So is this why you've always felt incomplete? Yes, but you'll be whole pretty soon, although you won't remember anything. When the soul of my son take over your body, his personality will take precedence over yours. I want nothing of that man and my son. When he and I get together again, he will use this dagger and complete the ritual, and history shall be rewritten. Why are you doing this only now? It needed to be today, and today is the day that my son died, the anniversary of his death. I kept my eye on you for a long time. Do you remember the first time you saw me? At the bus stop? No, the first time was just a moment before that. You were born on the same day as my son. It is 1 in 365 chance, not so much of a coincidence. That's all I need, thank you. Why are you telling me all this? One of the conditions for the ritual is that you know exactly what is being done. Condition I have had just fulfilled to the letter. I've followed you from afar since the day you were born, and guaranteed that your life was the most tedious possible. After all, I needed you to make the pact, so you would end up selling as much of your soul as possible. The less soul you have in this body of yours, the easier it shall be for my son to take control of your personality. You're not as weak as I would like, but you are weak enough. My son should have no trouble overcoming your personality as his own. If you do not resist, it'll be less painful. She stuck the dagger right on my left hand. Ah! I felt an excruciating pain. It was terrible. I could scream, but I could not struggle. In fact, it is painful anyway. Her voice sounded distant, very distant. I opened my eyes. It was like I was at the bottom of an endless ocean. I wondered if I was dying. You're still alive. Who are you? My name is Cedric. My mother must have already spoken to you about me. Where am I? We are inside your mind. In the exact moment you be sharing your body. Friendly. For now. What do you want from me? I thought you already knew that. My mother wants to put me in your body. And she also wants me to take over your mind. The ritual has begun. Do not fight. And why would I do that? We can make a deal. Deal? I hate my mother. That manipulative hell of a witch. She kept me prisoner all this time. She just wants to have control over everything. I have no intention of following her plan, and I don't believe we can live as one whole. But we can share the same body. One of us might always be in control. Which one of us? You? Me? It depends on who has the strongest will. It's not so bad. The one that is not in control can still be heard. I'll just accept it. What the hell? Don't trust him, Faust. How did he come here? Your mother had enslaved me. But I made a deal with that cute witch, Faust, his soulmate. Peg, she knows about this. She knows about this pact. She knows much more than you, silly boy. Faust, it is true that he hates his mother, but he has no intention of letting you take any kind of control. All this time, Trav made his ego too strong. As soon as he gets on your body, he will trap your personality. You must fight him. And how do I do that? That tattoo on your chest will hold him back. I should have known. I should have known. A seal to keep me with him. So he's complete and has control over me. But first, you must defeat him. I'll help you. I'll give you my energy, but there's one thing you need to know. If you use my energy, I will follow you. I'll be with you until the day you die, maybe even later. And how do I know I can trust you? It's quite simple, Faust. You believe. And if you believe, you know. Fair enough, let's go. She came close to me. Aww. Placed both hands on my head and hugged me. I felt a wave of energy and confidence going into me, and she disappeared. All right, Cedric, do you want my mind? Come and get it. You're brave, Faust. You're really a part of me. My body and soul are mine. A curved sword made of light appeared in his hand. This is your end, Faust. Say goodbye. Jumping at me, he struck as hard as he could, but before he could hit me, something stopped him. What is this? It is the battery of your will. That is why it was necessary for you to sell a large part of your soul. Cedric created an energy sword and walked towards me. You do not have enough power to stop me. Started to feel something in my chest. My tattoo started to glow. What's happening? That's when I saw it, right in front of my eyes like a movie. Cedric's story. Now I remember how you died. I remember how I died, how you died. My father, your father. He tried to protect you. He tried to save us, but the Inquisition, they wanted the son of the witch dead. Yes, that's what happened. My mother hasn't always been the evil witch she is now. She used to make only little spells with her power. To make the harvest prosper, heal the sick, give strength. When I died, then she fell in disgrace. The kind of magic that she does today requires much more energy than a person can have, and she made several choices not too ethical. The turning point was when she fell in love with my father. He was not a bad person, but he had another family. My mother was just a mistress to him, but he still loved me. I remember. He tried to protect me. He died trying. My mother could not accept it, and then she put that curse on my father so that his soul would never rest, and began a ritual to change the past. Yes, a ritual with a horrible price. Hundreds of thousands of souls. The last step of the ritual was to bring me back to the anniversary of my death, so I could rewrite history with blood. Alter reality, correct, as she spoke. Cedric, I am you, you are me. That explains a lot. My life empty, as if I always been missing a piece of myself. She made us pay the worst price. For pure selfishness, for wanting to control everything, change the past, and change the fate of billions and billions of people, just to have things her way. We've already been the same soul, Cedric. Yes, but I've been alone for so long. Stuck. My mind has no more room inside of yours. And I want to be free. I'm sorry, Faust, but I'll take your body and mind for me. You may try. He came at me, brandishing the sword again. I was expecting the blow. My tattoo began to shine again. What is that? This tattoo was made to contain mental forms. She has absorbed me and now will absorb Cedric. Ah! He was completely sucked into it. I felt it. My consciousness was coming back to my body. I woke up. I was in control, and there were two voices in my head. How could it feel to be free from the grasp of that old witch? Damn, I was imprisoned here. Don't be such a child, Cedric. It's not that bad, you'll see. My son, is that you? Faust, concentrate. Let Cedric take control. You can take the control back later. Just concentrate on your tattoo. I focused on that tattoo. It began to shine. My eyes rolled, and my body jerked in spasms. When the spasms ceased, it was not my voice that was coming out of my mouth anymore. Yes, mother, it is me. Here it is, son. Complete the ritual. Use your blood to rewrite history. I found myself looking at the daggers as if I was considering what to do. My chest began to glow again. A female form began to leave my chest. A well-known form. That's not gonna happen, witch. Are you free? How is that possible? You do not need to know. What you need to know is that you lost. You lost the moment you tried to enslave a free spirit. I do not know what you expect to do. My son is with me now. We will complete the ritual. I saw myself throwing the book away and plunging the dagger into her heart. He imprisoned me for all this time. Could have left me go in peace, I would have lived again. But it would not have been you, my son. Die for once, witch. After some time, many people come to this pub. However, none of them are ordinary people. Ordinary people just don't see it. They go by without even noticing the pub. All insane, the restless and the misfits find this place. Take the man sitting in front of me, for example. He was born with missing a part of himself. I knew I'd seen you again, fellow. You really seem to know more than enough. You can't imagine how much. As for beer, Faust. No, that part of myself is chopped within a tattoo. Did you come to meet her this time? She's always around looking for you. Faust, he came. I'm starting to think that staying in your body won't be so bad after all. Quiet, Cedric, don't ruin the mood. Of course I came. I was afraid it might have not worked. You know, that tattoo. Your first magical tattoo worked extremely well, dear. Sadly, I was defeated by a beginner. No hard feelings, Cedric. You can all also hear him? Everyone this pod can hear him, Faust. Am I the only one that doesn't hear anything? Yeah, Faust, you're the one who doesn't know nothing. But in time, you'll get the hang of it. And that's the end of Soul Gambler. Hope you enjoy. Let me know what other game I should play. Thanks for watching.